Yeah, not to mention, like, it's a great setup for Nether Toxin. Like, you just throw like hookshot cogs, you have Nether Toxin EMP. You have a lot of ways to fight inside of that, and as you've pointed out, you can't really do much as a Spirit Breaker. They go ahead and pick up Husky, his Ogre Magi.
Yeah. Not bad. I mean, you could pair that with a Spirit Breaker. Pause one Spirit Breaker, bring it back.
No, it's terrible. There's no way. The hero can't farm. They pick the
I-
Drow Ranger, which we've seen a lot of Drow Viper in the tournament. Now, Drow Ranger on paper does not do very great against the Spirit Breaker because charge is so good to get on the backline, but you can just gust to cancel it. As long as you have vision and, gust isn't on cooldown. But I would just expect 4 Zoomers to pick run at you heroes now. I mean, they have Spirit Breaker, Leshrac. They need gap closers. Now, to me, this is going to be Gunner's job, right? His Storm Spirit, Ember Spirit, Void Spirit. These are the types of heroes that he likes to play. Oh, there it is. The Rikimaru, or Ricky, before all of chat destroys me and castrates me live.
Yeah, just call it Ricky. Cut your losses while you're ahead. You'll get the hate threads on the Reddit, the Twitter. People will DM you and at you. They'll make your life miserable, all because you pronounced the hero wrong.
Yeah, unbelievable. Or correctly, depending on...
Okay, doubling down on it, I see. A bold move, Ricky. A bold
I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose so bad. No, I obviously big fan of this hero, second favorite hero in all of Dota, and we've seen this picked up once before, I believe, on 4 Zoomers as well.
We have, and I'm pretty sure this is a homage to you, my man. They're big fans themselves.
I don't think any of them are fans, to be honest. I'm just fans of them.
I see,
but they are trying to capture my heart here with this pick, I'm sure.
Yes. I can see it's very good here. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's great against the Viper. It's great against Invoker. It's great against Drow Ranger. I think it's just like one of those rare scenarios where it checks all of those boxes and no other hero checks them quite as good. That you like talking about when you mention this hero.
Yeah, Sammy Boy played it in the last time. They went off lane aggressively with the Ricky and the Ogre. I mean, those were the 2 heroes that they picked, and now you have Spirit Breaker granting vision for this hero to set up like long range blink strikes. It's pretty sick. They do ban the PL and the Life Stealer. I'm a little bit confused by that because I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Sammy Boy on the Ricky, and they're looking for Gunner's hero, and it's going to be Brax on the Leshrac. But we will see. They ban out Timbersaw and Slardar. Obviously, you do not want to give that Slardar on over to Beast Coast. The Corrosive Haze is too much to deal with.
There's our last pick. Now, this is not something we were expecting to round out this draft. You see the Leshrac, you think it's going mid. You see the Ricky, you think it's going to the safe lane. And they end it with an Arc Warden. I'm not sure if this was a deny pick from trying to stop Beast Coast from having this, or is it something that they wanted for themselves? But
it's not a deny pick. Yeah, it's actually just really smart here because the Ricky this game should be able to do some serious work early at causing Drow Ranger to have some farming problems, as well as the Invoker, and they're just going to do what they did last time. Give Sammy Boy 8,000 net worth of farming items, and then he's going to carry late game because Drow Ranger cannot do damage to him.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
How do they close this out? Wait,
I mean, you need a...
Mars would have been the hero, but it was banned out in the first. I've come to realize just how good Mars is against the Arc Warden. It is basically an unplayable matchup.
So
but, again, it's banned.
The only way this would work is if they're running Viper as the 5, which, I mean, we were joking about originally, or the Clockwork as a 5, Viper 4, and then pick like an appropriate 3. Okay, they'll go Batrider.
I mean, you have the Clockwork to close the gap there and get on top of Sammy Boy, but that is your only solution to him. Batrider, I'm not sure he's going to be able to find the farm. They put Whisper on the Batrider, and there's going to be Stinger on the Viper.
Yeah, so I was going to say, I think the only thing you can do here is the 5-position Viper with this draft, because you honestly can't afford to run Viper Core into that Arc Warden. Like, you will lose the lane so hard. and it kind of just eliminates the purpose of having a core Viper.
Yeah, I mean, I got a serious case of deja vu right now. Last time, I mean, they're on more appropriate heroes for it this time around. I don't think that Hector would struggle, or sorry, Tomato would and Faker would struggle as much having to switch over to the pause 4 or 5. But they're better off. They do have a Stinger playing pause 5 Viper. It's just not good though. They drafted you into a corner here on 4 Zoomers this game. I'm not sure how they lose this. This one's going to be good, though. Again, whoever wins this game gets to come out on top of the group stage and decide who they're going to play against in the upper bracket.
Dude, this is an amazing. I can already tell just based on the draft, this is going to be such a fun game to watch. And yeah, I will say I'm a little bit surprised by the Ricky here. It's one of those times when you're like, okay, I guess it could work, but the Batrider is also a very good pick. Doesn't do a lot against Arc Warden in the early levels, but once you do have, you know, level 4, level 5, the Flame Break, the extra point in Sticky Napalm, and the Firefly, you can gap close onto the Arc Warden and find the kill because you don't have, you know, the double flux or anything like that to try and slow you down.
Yeah. Tips coming out back and forth, and we got the all chat lines, not the BM all chat lines that we see out of Arkosh Gaming. You know, players that have absolutely no respect for the integrity of the game, if you could even call them players.
I would not call them players. They're actually trash.
Gremlo especially
Gremlo. Get him out of here.
But especially Canis Fulpus. Which is, I was gonna say, Lola Bunny comment that you were making earlier. You'd probably get along quite well with Canis.
Don't even put Lola Bunny in that category, sir. Not okay. She is a national treasure and will be respected as such.
30 seconds.
Ocean making his way up here to the top room. We got 4 heroes here starting. Decent kill potential between all these guys, but I don't think that Whisper's going to get anywhere close to that room. If they can't scout the heroes out, they're not going to go there.
Ooh. He is going to see the Ogre walk up, but Whisper, he's not going to see the rest. His charge coming in. Ignite is there. I mean, this isn't a great situation if you're the Batrider. You have no charge, obviously, but Blink Strikes are available. They don't want to dive under the tier 2. Just going to zone him out, grab the 2 runes. Whisper dropping and picking up items. Husky taunting. You know, these guys are just here to have fun. I love it.
A bunch of people at first were super angry when some of these South American teams started showing up to the lands. They'd just start dropping their items and like fake auto attacking them and shit.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it as a spectator. I thought it was hilarious.
Oh yeah, it's a treat, and I love everything about it. They have 3 heroes top. Schofield, I mean, he's pretty easily able to tank a lot of this damage as the Clockwork, but the Spark Wraith, it's kind of annoying. They're going to start building up these sticky napalms. You do have charge available to get away from this Batrider, and you do have Orb of Venom, so they could just go for Schofield. That's exactly what they're going to do. He's trying to block the camp. Yeah, you just charge right through the cogs, sir. I don't know if he knew about that. Schofield forced to get outside of the camp, but Husky blocks it anyway. Oh, no. And now you are out of mana.
Yeah.
Mid lane? KXY? Oh, he cancels the tricks of the trade. Gunner. Not ideal, sir. That is not what you want to do. That is unfortunate for the Ricky. He could have potentially gotten the first blood there.
I mean, we've seen this one out of Sammy Boy as well. These people, they activate tricks of the trade and use it as like an initial auto attack and gap closer, and then use their own attacks afterwards. They don't leave it going for the full like 4 attacks it does. But he definitely should have left that on for Invoker there.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. He did have a bunch of HP regen under the tower. He had extra armor. Maybe he thought that he'd be able to get it with that last click, but Invoker stays alive, and you're heavily punished for it.
Yeah, I mean, this Spirit Breaker is now rotated bottom. He does do a good job at blocking the small camp from stacking, but he's just getting harassed by Stinger, and his courier is... Oh, did he misclick? No, he gets the courier. Okay.
Someone lays blame.
No. Stinger. Doing all right, grabbing that courier from the Spirit Breaker. In fact, he's only got 1 point in poison attack. He opted to go that instead and the corrosive kid instead of the nether toxin. But at level 1, it's barely even worth using the mana for it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you get a bit of extra harass, but I think dropping too many stacks on people if you don't have mana regen just make you useless once you hit level 2.
KXY, again. He's got to be careful. He's not respecting the blink strike damage. Gunner, he could go for it if he really wants. He's got a creep wave here. There's the blink strike forward. He gets caught underneath the tower, tanks a creep hit, but he gets the first blood. How does it actually target him? Focus fire. I'm sorry, the fairy fire used focus fire. What is going on? It's all right. Top lane, though, Bat Rider taking a lot of harassment. Schofield as well. Husky, if he gets a couple of hits in, might be able to find the kill. The Fire Blast comes out, and he grabs him. Okay, first blood for the Ricky. Now, we did think it should have probably happened earlier, as he did cancel the tricks of the trade when he might have forgotten. Or might have not intended to, rather.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure how it selects targets. I'm pretty sure it's random, so it was just complete luck that it managed to land onto the Invoker multiple times there. If that didn't work, you know, Ricky definitely would have died. KXY would have come out with that kill, and the game would have gotten very hard for you.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the potential to just snowball off of this on Gunner now, though.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident Tricks of the Trade is not hero priority, but I could be wrong. Mid lane, Gunner and KXY just duking it out. He has more Blink Strike charge coming over as well. They will know about... Oh, no, he's just dead. Oh, a wand pop there. A stick, rather. We'll keep Ocean alive. There's going to be a Arcane Rune bottom. Gunner about to be level 5, though. So they're going to get that 3rd point in the Blink Strike. Probably would have rather this been a regen, but he'll salve up, get an Arcane Rune, and now KXY needs to be careful. Oh, well, it's gone now. Never mind.
I gave it a quick look. While you're doing play-by-play right there, it is in fact, according to the wiki, just completely random.
Yeah, I've played enough Ricky since the patch where I'm pretty sure it is not hero priority. Well, no. Top lane, they're looking for Whisper. Clockwork super low as well. Just gonna walk in and try to offer some assistance. The battery salt doing something. Argorn has 9 sticky napalm stacks, but 15 wand charges. He's gonna be able to pop these if he needs it, but he just gets a salve instead. 2 heroes die in the top lane. Oh, baby.
Yeah, he's debating whether or not he's going to activate that stick afterwards or just hold the charges. He ends up using it. I think he was just trying to bait the Bat Rider out super far forward. Now for Zoomers, you know, they're off to an awesome start, but they were last game as well. So too early to say.
That's true.
Hold this one. You know, Gunner sitting very low, not able to blow him up here on KXY, unfortunately, though. He's got raindrops, so his tornado isn't going to be able to do too much damage.
Ooh. Top lane Whisper, he went for a dive, and he might get punished once again. Husky as well as Sambo doing some serious work. Firefly got some duration left on it, but he dies in the process, still has the wand, and they could potentially chase for more. Nah, they don't need. I'm assuming he's going to charge mid instead. That's exactly what we're going to see. Gunner, like you said, saving getting saved by these raindrops, giving him a lot of extra HP, and now you have level 6. You do a lot more damage. The charge comes in. Do they have dust? They do. Oh my goodness, KXY. Tricks the trade to the high ground, but doesn't end up getting the RNG this time. They will just back. 6-minute power rune. Oh, Gunner high rolls it.
Yeah, you'll love to see it. Number 1 way to improve at mid, Ricky.
Getting lucky.
No, winning that 50-50. Not getting lucky.
That's true. Good heroes good players get good RNG is what I've always said. Schofield trapped in the trees here, nowhere to go. He's gonna walk into 2 spark rates. Husky just throwing his body at them to prevent. Bottom lane, you lose Stinger, but a KXY TP will allow them to take down Brax here. Okay, a little bit of a trade. First kill on the board here for Beast Coast. But top lane Whisper's struggling again. Husky's just doing so much work, and another Spark Wraith to cut him off. Samuel is just gonna be able to click him down. He's got 4 kills at 6.5 minutes.
Yep, just before you move the camera up here, Schofield.
Oh my god. They're just slaughtering Beast Coast. Gunner's gotta get, yeah, tricks of the trade. That'll save you. Okay.
It's tossed up. Again, saved by the raindrops. Sammy Boy killing Stinger now. Stinger getting the counter kill on Husky, but it's not worth it. You can't let Arcborn pop off like this.
Your tower's
got a
almost
hit.
dead in the off lane.
Oh no! I mean, you've stopped Sammy Boy from getting a couple last hits, but after these bounty runes, just a little bit of gold away from it. 7 minutes in the game, almost having boots, range drop, wand, wraithband, and hand of Midas.
Gunner
Ricky,
coming in
he's
mid
back to
once
full
again. The
damage.
charge is there. KXY, he needs the tornadoes. He gets the cold snap, but the bash, can they dive KXY here? He's pretty tanky. Gunner, I think, needs to disengage. A little bit cocky here on 4 Zoomers as a tornado comes through. Going to connect onto Husky. 4-man response from Beast Coast will allow them to finish off these kills. Gunner doing what he can, but Schofield, you gotta be careful, sir. Ooh. Oh, Gunner, does he get the RNG? It doesn't matter. You have no blink strike. Oh gosh, protected for a moment, but at the invis, will it be enough? Cold snap, the urn. They drop a ward, not a sentry. He still goes down to the urn. Okay.
Little bit of a recovery from that one, and actually a lot of golden XP going the way for all those kills. 3 people down in that fight recap, about 1,000 net worth swing and 1,100 XP. And
Yeah, that
just
was
like
a little
that,
bit of a throw, for sure.
There goes the entire lead that they built up.
Yeah.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And now, I mean, the thing was, is a lot of that golden experience went to Tomato. He's now level 8 on the Drow Ranger. Top net worth in front of the Arc Warden, who has 5 kills. You know, Tomato's 3-0 and 1. Your Arc Warden 5-0 and 2. The difference, I guess, about 15 CS or 14 CS.
Yeah, but that's just the rubber band effect. You rotate all your heroes, and it could go horribly for you if you don't end up getting those kills, but they did, especially the one on Ricky right there. Sammy Boy still having the time of his life up here on the top lane at 5-0. His hand of Midas is being flown out to him at the moment, losing efficiency, probably wanting to activate. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Choco. That's our friends over there at 4D of the Spanish broadcast. They've
Very
done
nice.
some excellent work. Just finished Realms Collide, in fact. You watch any of the Spanish broadcasts?
I watched some of Realms Collide, but I didn't get to watch a lot of Dota. I was actually casting it myself in the very beginning, but then had surgery and basically disappeared from the earth for like 10 days.
Well, I'm glad you're not dead.
Yeah, same. So I didn't get to watch much of Realms Collide, unfortunately, or much Dota during that whole time frame. But we back, we good, and now we're casting the best tournament for sure, BTS Pro Series Season 4. Big Pog.
Mm-hmm. Big Pog. $40,000 prize pool for this tournament. This time distributed to everybody who's playing in it, even the people who come in last. Give themselves a nice cash prize.
Always nice. Brax went double bracer build on the Leshrac here, just trying to tank up. He's struggling in this off lane, Leshrac. I mean, he is barely in front of this Batrider, which, I mean, let's be real. You are really hoping you're not Batrider. And you have boots, windlace, and a circlet. That is not ideal. You are level 5.
Yeah, you do not want to be Batrider this game.
He is struggling.
He could find himself a neutral item, and I mean, if he gets a faded brooch, you know, he'd be quite happy. Be a bit of an improvement. But I think it's all going to come down to actually going for kills on these support heroes, right?
Yeah.
Getting Ogre Magi, getting maybe the Spearbreaker. Spearbreaker a little bit harder because he's going to have Bulldoze, and that's going to be miserable to play against as a Batrider. But that's his road to recovery. I don't think it's CSing.
Oh, reconnect and deconnect.
The old classic.
Also known as disconnect, not deconnect, for those wondering.
No. Deconnect is an industry term. We
It's
are
an industry. Correct. Yeah. We know it as we know it as deconnect in the industry. Yes. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification, Neph. I always forget that.
Yeah, I know you're trying to help out the people that are less in the know of our industry terms. You know, you're a man of the people, Ricky, but you know, we got to keep it professional here in the net. It's for the true fans here, right?
Yeah, of course. So, what do you do here if you're 4 Zoomers? Because it feels like the lead you were accumulating is lost. You're still doing pretty well on the Arc Warden. The Ricky, I feel like, is the big question mark here, because he has to have an amazing mid game because Brax is struggling so much. And You need someone to make space for the Arc Warden, right? Like, he's got a Midas. He's going to be jungling for the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, which is an issue that both of us have with Arc Warden, right? Just the fact that you do the same shit on it every single game. You get your hand of Midas, you get your goddamn boots of travel, you get the Maelstrom afterward. You spend 6,700 gold or something on farming items before you're actually able to start contributing to the game. And at that point, you need to start farming your real items that you build to take fights against the enemy heroes. It's pretty rough. It's got to be Gunnar and Brax making space for him, though. And I think that's one of the reasons why he went this double bracer. He knows he's going to be face tanking a lot of damage and running into towers to make space for this Arc Warden. All right, we're being waiting all chat.
G Among Us. Okay, well.
Are we going to go play Among Us?
I guess we're doing an Among Us stack. No more Dota?
Cyberpunk. See, the Sammy Boy wins me over a little bit more every day. I think I mentioned that I used to not be such a Sammy Boy fan, but the guy outspoken, enjoys Cyberpunk. Defended me in the lobby that one time.
He did. I remember that against Canis Vulpus, right? The absolute disgusting lizard. I don't know who dresses as a furry. I have no idea what he is.
I'm obliged to be like a Sammy Boy subscriber at this point.
All right, Gunnar back in the mid lane. He's gonna do all right. Oh, we had all this time, Jerry, to set the camera up where it needed to be to show a something happening after the pause, and you just don't catch it. I don't know what this guy's doing.
This is why you are not paid.
This is why you are still an intern, Jerry. I don't know what to tell you, man. Do your job.
Yeah. God, if we had like a Pythian, that guy would have given us a cue. Hey, check out over here. Would have set up the camera. We wouldn't have had to tell him what to do. He would have told us.
Yeah, of course.
Great.
Well, Brax gets at least some gold going his way. It is only on a support, so not like the best kill at all, but does have mana boots as a result of that.
Have you worked with an observer other than Jerry?
No, Jerry's my go-to. I don't have to pay him.
You're in for a real treat when you get yourself like a Pop-Tart or something.
I like Pop-Tarts. I haven't had one in a long time, though.
He's also an observer.
Yeah, I know. Just having a good time. Bottom lane, Ping's coming out furiously. Brax sitting at this 10-minute bounty. Whisper comes in, just gets the lasso charge. Immediately canceled as they realize, you might go down here, Brax. Good attempt. Tornado to finish him off. Well played there from the side of BTS, getting a good kill on the backside. Schofield a little bit out of position here, buddy.
Yep.
Gunnar gonna TP mid, wants to defend his tower. A DD on Tomato, though, just makes quick work of it. And now, Gunnar, you need to run. Doesn't get caught by that gust. Really well played there, but they drop a sentry anyway, and they're gonna find Husky. The Ogre. Not gonna be able to make it out of there. Jesus, DD on a Drow Ranger at 10 minutes.
One less enemy now.
Just casual 300 damage.
It feels like a quad damage after he gets that marksmanship. It is quite disgusting. But yeah, Tomato spotting that double damage room with the ward planted nearby the mid tower. Saw the opportunity. Everybody had just rotated bottom. Thought, okay, well, this is an easy mid tower. It's only sitting at like 1/4 HP. Don't mind if I do. It's odd for the team that doesn't have Leshrac to take the mid tower first. Speaking of,
they managed to catch him in the mid lane. He does have tricks of the trade for the moment, but Dust as well. Gunner's dead. I did not expect him to go down. I mean, you have tricks of the trade to dodge the EMP, but I guess just really well timed on like the cold snap and the tornado so that he can't get any spells off.
Yep, he does have a bit of a cast point on that tricks to trade, so you can interrupt it with enough point into cold snap. I don't know exactly what the number is. 4 points into the quas tends to interrupt most spells, though. And that's exactly what he has.
Baited Broach Leshrac. The classic.
We see this like every game we see a Leshrac. It's been disgusting, to be honest with you.
Yep, it has. They're smoked up looking into the triangle. Obviously, they want to go for Sammy Boy, but he's In mid lane, oh, he may have realized he's got a little bit too forward, drops the clone, but they're both stuck inside the cogs. Netherstrike's going to send Schofield back. The real Arc Warden will die, a 1-for-1 trade. Arc Warden, though, his clone going to try and take down Stinger. It is only the 5 position, but with the help of Brax should make it pretty easy. Tomato showing on the backside. We'll go ahead and get initiated on by Gunner, but a lasso holding Ricky in place. Fire Blast doing some work, but you're silenced on Gunner. He's trying to get out of here. He cannot do it. Brax goes in. Nice split earth chasing down KXY, but the Drow's damage is just too much. It's a 3-for-4.
They managed to, they stood their ground there on 4 Zoomers, but just didn't have enough. That was an absolute bloodbath there. 7 heroes ended up going down. XP going in favor of Beast Coast by about 1,000. Net worth 700 in their favor, having taken out more heroes. But no, Spirit Breaker just got caught out at the end of that team fight. Ern ended up burning him down. He's just trying to walk back to base. Didn't have a TP available, unfortunately. But Tomato, he ends up as the real winner after all these team fights here. He's sitting at 4-0-4 now.
Yeah. And Sammy with a sick double stack here and double Midas use. So, you know, efficiency, trying to get ahead of the Drow Ranger. Tomato, I mean, anytime you're a Drow and you're against an Arc Warden and you're the same net worth and he has Midas, you're feeling pretty darn good about the state of your game.
I would disagree. I would say you're feeling bad because he's got his Midas and just now he's getting his Maelstrom. This is where he's really going to start to pass you.
Oh, Maelstrom's completed. Never mind. Yep. I take it back.
Now it begins. Sammy Boy hasn't even reached his final form yet.
He still needs Boots of Travel. Top lane. Looks like they're rotating up here under the cover of Ghost Shroud, but they've TP'd out. They do have vision with sentries in the mid lane, but Gunner not revealed quite yet. They are just feeling pretty safe. KXY is hunting couriers, but he's not going to reveal himself behind the tier 2 mid. Waiting for a hero instead. Sammy Boy on the high ground. Is it going to connect? KXY, I mean, they got vision now. They see the real boy charging on into the center. They're going to find Schofield on the clockwork, but might not be the fight you want to take around 4 Zoomers. The Blink Dagger comes in from Bat Rider, and that will catch Leshrac. He's just going to melt to that Drow damage. And Stinger, I mean, he's tanking the front line. This is just a 5 position. You don't really care if he goes down too much. Able to get 2 heroes here. A nice find for Beast Coast once again.
Yeah, Beast Coast just dropping these heroes of 4 Zoomers again and again, and you need to somehow get onto this backline and blow up Tomato, but I'm not sure what the solution here is. I think right now Sammy Boy, he's just trying to stall for time, but Brax is paying the price for it, dropping again and again. Still working on his mechanism. I mean, he went the double bracer after getting his mana boots, and now working on the mech to try and survive because he knew what was coming with Sammy Boy not really being able to participate, but he's getting slowed down to a crawl here.
I mean, what do you do? I feel like this Ricky just isn't accomplishing what it needed to do this game, right? That's what you're saying. They're struggling to do what they need, and Ocean's going to charge and connect onto Schofield, but KXY here, perfect tornado catching 3. You do get the double flux hook shot out, but Brax on the backside going to try and do what he can. Ends up finishing off Schofield. You will take the 1 kill, it seems. Bottom lane, Gunner looking for Drow. I don't think you have the damage for this. You have Hurricane Pike. Which, by the way, I'm not sure if you know this, Hurricane Pike ignores Nullifier. So you actually can never hold this Drow Ranger in there if she has Hurricane Pike.
With the pushback of yourself and the other target, or self-cast?
Yeah, if you click another target, it ignores Nullifier.
I did not know.
It's really dumb. It shouldn't exist. I'm sure it's a bug, but Valve just has no intention of fixing it.
Well, there was a bug with... Oh, no. Gunner.
Oh, boy. Once again, I mean, this guy cannot catch a break. You know, you try to make a play onto the Drow Ranger, it backfires, and then they just kill you.
Didn't he start 3-0? He's died 4 times in a row now.
Yeah, he has really struggled. It was after that 2 deaths in the mid lane immediately out of nowhere.
He really badly needs his Diffusal Blade, but you know, Ricky is a hero that we thought would be on pause 1. He needs a more active team to be able to do things, but Sammy Boy just completed his Boot to Travel, Midas, and Maelstrom, and like I said, now he's got his farming online, but he needs to get actual fighting items.
Yes, the 8,000 net worth threshold for farming, but top lane, Brax just getting kited by a Viper, and he dies. Oh, that is not what you want to see. This Viper is just a huge problem for them in the 5 position still. He just, you know, throws his body in the middle of them, has a Force Staff, doesn't really care if he dies in the process, but now Husky, oh my gosh, another DD rune on the Drow Ranger, and 4 Zoomers need to run for their lives. Ocean gets the charge out, but the Gust connects. What a sick play there. 3 auto attacks, magnetic field. Will he get a multi-shot? Yeah, it comes out. He's going to get him.
Yeah, doesn't care about arenas, doesn't care about magnetic field, going right through it there. Very cool Drow Ranger. But that is definitely the solution to that one. But again, just fight after fight. And I think I jinxed them at the start of this game. I said, you know, they're having a great start on here on 4 Zoomers, but this is the exact same thing that happened last game. After the laning phase ends, 4 Zoomers, their coordination, even with these 2 stand-ins, just absolutely destroying.
I mean, it's literally an exact replica, like gold net worth and or like XP and win probability. Like they were up so far in the first early stages of the game, and then suddenly they're just really far behind. Like 3,000 net worth advantage here for Beast Coast. Sammy Boy still just trying to farm to get to this unstoppable force, but you're dealing with a Drow Ranger who can just melt your team, and Brax has almost no game at all. Like his impact is so little compared to what this Bat Rider is going to do. You gotta love that Alacrity Drow for the Roshan on the high ground. Oh, Schofield goes down.
And Bat Rider Whisper, he grabs the haste. He's going to kidnap someone and get out, maybe. They're hesitating to go into Roche because of this haste Bat Rider. And they're not going to find anything.
Yeah. They are too afraid. I mean, you're not there on the arc coordinates set up with all of these Spark Wraiths, and you don't have the Diffusal on Ricky at the time. Finally completed now, almost 19 minutes into the game, like 5 minutes behind where you'd like to have it. I mean, just the double Wraith Band, Power Treads bottle, and then the 4 deaths just slowed him down so much.
Arc Warden is such a ridiculous hero. 11,000 net worth he has, and he's still not ready to fight, not even close.
Oh, Schofield's gonna walk into 4. You just respawn, sir, but you tank a gank at least.
Anyone could see that it was you.
Well, there's going to be the blink in from Whisper, but Gunner, he's looking for KXY. He doesn't have the Diffusal for 1 more second. Ogre trying to throw his body in. They will jump onto the Invoker. The Split Earth is there as well. A nice pick off once again from 4 Zoomers, but Ricky falling low to Tomato. He's got a back, though. The Nether Strike's going to surround him, and on the backside, Gunner, he's going to be able to pick off another. The Viper, the Lasso finds Arc Warden, but this is a 4 Zoomers fight. I don't know why you'd reinitiate this, you guys. Not what you want to do. The Age is going to bring Tomato back to life, but oh boy. Ends up being 6 kills considering you had to take the Drow down twice, but that is a massive win for 4 Zoomers.
Yeah, and just like that, they're back in it. Sammy Boy, he has returned with all the gold in the world. Well, 6,000 XP, like you said, and with a 3,100 net worth swing. A lot of that actually done by Brax in that team fight. He ended up doing almost 23,000 hero damage. Gunner doing 22,000. Finally has his Diffusal Blade online and actually feels like he can fight them now. So hitting their timing on a couple of things. Gunner,
he has Clumsy Net as well. So this is something that is really difficult to deal with now because you may be able to get out of the Diffusal, but now you also have to consider the Clumsy Net, which, like, that's just a free, like, 2 seconds of control, right? How much is this? 1.75, yeah.
Yeah, he'll get, like, almost...
Ooh, he's going to go in. He's caught the Bat Rider, but nice dodge with the tricks of the trade, so Viper Strike not going to do anything.
Yeah, still holding on to the Illusion Rune as well right now in Gunner, so it's almost as if he's got a Manta style able to dispel dust that gets thrown out onto him.
Brax is the wild card for me here. If Brax can recover and have a really, good game here, I think this does start to tilt in 4 Zoomers' favor, but the Leshrack's going to be a big part of their team fights going on, as he just has to be the one to just constantly run with the Ricky at this Drow. I mean, I don't know what you do on Drow Ranger if you have the Spirit Breaker, Leshrack, and Ricky just right-clicking you. And by right-click, I mean actually just right-click follow.
The damage needs to come out from another target. I mean, we see this all the time from Drow Ranger draft. It's why, as much as I hate CK offlane, I think when it's paired with the Drow Ranger, CK offlane does work. But you fall into the supportive role on your Invoker. This is, I think, the exact same reason why DNM had ended up losing one of his Invoker games. Just Spirit Vessel, Force Staff. If they run at the Drow Ranger, who's there with the punish, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Top lane, Drow just crushing this tier 2 tower. They are bottom on Leshrac right now, but the TPs, they're coming in, and there's an Invis Invoker. The Tornado perfectly placed into the Nether Toxin. And I don't know how you get out of here on Lesh. Husky's going to go for the TP out. He's going to be... he gets brought down, unable to successfully finish channeling, and Sammy Boy's going to send that clone back, try and run for his life. Get that Midas off before you die, brother.
He wants the big creep. He's going for it.
He got it. Nice. But Drow Ranger will be able to finish off the clone. Very nice. 240 gold, I believe. Is that the... Yeah, 240 gold bounty.
Scanning for enemies.
Is it? I thought it was 300. Does it increase with each level?
Yeah, increases with each level. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
180, 240, 300.
I, again, don't know how to read. If I did, I would see that it would be on the tooltip. First illiterate caster. Just here winging it, you know?
Yep. So
Ocean.
we've got some big items on the Radiant. KXY obviously finished up that Spirit Vessel, and the Force Staff gives him a lot of mobility. Mid lane, Clockwork, I guess, not afraid of Gunner in any ways. He's like, yeah, whatever, I'll fight you.
Come on, you see what I did to your team last game?
Specifically Gunner. You just bullied him all game on the Morphling.
Schofield, an absolute god in this this tournament. This game, you know, not having such a great time, but
Courier goes down.
there it is. Throws out the hook shot onto Ocean as he's trying to charge through. Schofield, the S-God, he does it again.
Yeah, this man finds kill after kill, and he's going Aghanim Scepter this game. So, you know, if he misses one hook shot, he'll probably hit the second, but being able to control the Arc Warden or the Leshrac is huge. My idea here is he just wants to hook shot the Leshrac and kill him in every fight.
Yeah, that's something we talked about at the start. Just anybody who's able to jump on the back. I mean, jumping on the Arc Warden would also be pretty good, but it's going to be very tricky to catch Sammy Boy's positioning. By the time Sammy Boy's actually willing to show himself into a spot where you're able to hook shot into, he's going to have this BKB, which he's working on next.
Yeah. You have a little bit of a gold lead here on for Zoomers, but mainly just because of that Arc Warden. Ooh, a pause. I don't think that Tornado is going to connect, so Brax should be fine here.
Where is it? Over here, the Tornado. No, he's already dodged it.
Oh, this pause is actually fairly tactical because they see Gunner and yeah, they just see Gunner. Does he have vision of them? He does. Okay, so he's got to decide, you know, do you go in or do you bail? And this seems like a pretty big bail scenario here. He doesn't see Schofield, but he did ping him, I think. Yeah, he is pinging, so he knows Schofield's there. He probably double backed.
A weird magic bloodlust can be cast on towers. Thank you, Mr. Choco. But yeah, he's you definitely want to disengage here on 4 Zoomers. I feel you don't want to get caught out by this Clockwork. His hook shots don't cool down for another 12 seconds. It's a little bit trickier, and you're not going to be able to gap this distance unless you just like blink 4 staff forward on the Bat Rider, which could throw you wildly out of position as if you use both of them at the same time. It could even be dodged by Gunner if he just used Tricks of the Trade.
Yeah, which is likely what he'll do. I'd imagine Husky's just going to run, and he can always just blink strike to Husky. But you just got to make sure they don't both get caught by a hook shot, and then they should be fine. Oh, he has no hook shot. He's all right. Yeah, they're good. They shouldn't die here.
Yeah, be fine. It looks like they've got some sort of playbook that they're playing right now here on Tomato.
Yeah, do you see all the lines?
Yeah, I'm not sure what these means. Again, I don't know how to read, so obviously I don't know how to read like a whiteboard where somebody puts together a game plan.
Mm-hmm.
What's that called? If you're a sports fan,
I don't know. I don't know what sports are. Oh, the lasso. They just go on the Ricky anyway, and they double force staff him back into Tomato. So that was the plan. Okay, tactical pause paying off big time here for Beast Coast as now Leshrac caught inside the cogs. Sammy Boy tried to do what he can. A huge charge comes in from Ocean. This Arc Warden doing some serious work. You got to be careful. He force staffs himself up onto the high ground. Nether Strike. Can they get the Invoker? They're starting to do some serious damage to the Maelstrom procs, but he gets the Invis off, but still will die. Now Sammy Boy by himself forced to TP out. He's going to be fine. Ends up being a 4 for 3.
Jao Ranger just can't gap the distance or attack from up that hill there. But Sammy Boy, he's the target you want to focus on Beast Coast. Still, this one going in your favor. You're going to find more gold under your belt, but the game does continue to get harder and harder. Like we both mentioned, the main thing that 4 Zoomers have to do going forward is with this Leshrac, Spirit Breaker, and Ricky, just run at the Drow Ranger. The rest of your heroes aren't really scaling into the late game, and Sammy Boy, eventually this raid is going to be able to blow up Drow Ranger's entire team.
Yeah, I mean, he did so much damage in that fight. You know, after he saw it start tilting his way a little bit, just force staffs himself up onto the high ground, no cares in the world, and just starts shredding through these heroes on Beast Coast. But again, it kind of just feels like a one-man show. Like he has to do everything, it seems like, as his team just does not really have the ability to survive in these fights.
Interesting. Top lane. Look how much Drow Ranger struggles against just one of Sammy Boy just idly watching his illusion.
He does have Grove Bow and Eye of Scotty now. It's the Eye of Scotty, so good against Arc Warden for the reasons that we always discuss, right? It's 50 attack and movement speed slow, plus the healing reduction. Gunner bottles up an Arcane Rune, so very low cooldowns on Smokescreen, Blink Strike, and Tricks of the Trade. And he did go the Smokescreen cooldown, so it does have 100%, or like 120% uptime, basically, with that Arcane Rune active.
Yeah.
Scanning for enemies.
He was pretty good.
They see the Viper. He's going to go for the D ward, and he's going to regret that decision. The charge comes in. He gets the ward at least, but kill goes on over to Gunner.
Done that one for free.
Yeah, blows them up pretty quickly. You don't have a whole lot of armor. You negate a bit of damage with the Medallion of Courage, but you've got the Nether Shawl as well because...
Ooh, Schofield goes for the TP out. Yeah, he'll be successful. Oh, the split earth from Brax, the last second TP. Oh my goodness. I thought for sure he was out, but I think it was a long TP wherever he was going. Gunner, however, trying to get away, pops the Manta, tricks the trade. Is he just going to kill Whisper here? What a sick play. The Gust comes out. Husky trying to close the gap and get the stun to keep Gunner alive, but the Manta dodge comes in. Ocean on the backside of the fight. Going to be able to get the Nether Strike, keep him close on over to Sammy Boy. He's going to just drop 2 magnetic fields, going for the TP out on the high ground. They force staff on up. They cannot finish Tomato, but KXY, you are in the danger zone here, sir, as Gunner traps him with that clumsy net, getting 3 kills for the Zoomers.
He did a surprisingly little amount of damage to that Drow Ranger then. I can't quite figure out why. I think he just got barely any Maelstrom procs, and that's where the majority of where his damage is going to come from. That Drow Ranger, by all rights, should have dropped there the amount of auto attacks he took from the Arc Warden.
Yeah, I kind of agree. It looked like he was not getting hit at all by them. Is that a nullifier? It is. So the first nullifier coming out onto the Arc Warden. Like we said, it doesn't... we'll come back to it in a second. He does find Stinger here, caught by a Silence. The Tricks of the Trade, not available. The Manta is, has to defensively Blink Strike out. Ends up allowing him to dodge that hook shot. Ocean will get the D-Ward. Another Smokescreen will be used to try and make some space, but Sammy Boy is here. There's the magnetic fields. They're going to turn it around. Clockwork. Oh my goodness. Sammy Boy's damage. The bashes. They're coming in. Can they get to Tomato? He gets onto the low ground. We'll be able to dodge out that nullifier, but Batrider just goes in. He tries to just throw his body at them to survive. Okay, Zoomers just destroyed, taking over this map. I didn't even realize you have the Enchanted Quiver on the Arc Warden as well.
It used to be bugged out that you get the full range for every auto attack off on the Enchanted Quiver on your Arc Warden Illusion. They did fix it around, but it doesn't change the fact that both of them end up proccing. That is like 600 magical damage you do between you and your hero with your initial attacks. It's absolutely insane.
I was trying to figure out why that Clockwork died so fast, but he like came in and just got nuked by double Quiver and just died. Ocean, that's a little too far, a little bit too deep. They got the Aegis, they got the cheese. There's a huge opening now for 4 Zoomers. They somehow swing this game back in their direction.
Yeah, in that last team fight, I managed to pop open the fight recap. They got 10,000 XP, got almost 5,000 gold in their favor. Not quite, though. And Arc Warden doing 7,400 damage. This guy's absolutely insane.
Yeah, he does. He does a lot of damage now. The nullifiers are going to be really useful. Now, like we said, it does nullifier does purge off the self-use of the Force Staff, but it does not purge the offensive use onto an enemy. So you can still gap distance that way, which I still don't understand why that's in the game. I don't know if it's like a bug or not. So I know some people I've talked to about it are like, no, it's 100% intended. And I'm like, okay, cool.
It's not. They changed a couple of these things around recently. The reason why there's so little bugs now in Dota is a lot of the things have been patched for like 10 years. Hurricane Pike is a little bit newer, and the mechanic of things disabling Force Staff is also newer.
Yeah, that makes sense, right? Ooh, the nullifier onto Schofield. He can't Force Staff himself. He's not actually standing in his magnetic field for the attack speed, but second Force Staff coming in from Whisper will keep him alive. Basher completed on Gunner now. I mean, they're starting to come online on Zoomers. This is what we're saying. If they can get these other heroes into the game, and it's not just the Sammy Boy show, it starts to tilt really heavily in their favor, and Drow Ranger just cannot survive the damage from, you know, Leshrac and Ricky running at her.
No. I mean, he's been doing a great job, and we keep saying that the Drow Ranger is going to go down. Drow Ranger is going to go down. It hasn't happened yet, but eventually, there's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, so to speak. I think like the team fight just slightly more favoring for Zoomers, and they'll be able to get on top of this Drow finally.
Oh, he misses the ward. The ward's still here. They have a sentry on both sides, but they don't actually catch the... They have 3 sentries here around the triangle, and they miss the ward. Oh, and they missed the lane ward. Okay, that is so unlucky.
Sammy's illusion.
A nice 300 gold bounty there. Ends up going the way of... I actually couldn't tell, but someone.
It definitely went to somebody. But they do keep it stunned up pretty well between those two here. I think Whisper giving it the runaround as well. Couldn't get its hands on anybody because it was turning slowed with both the sticky napalm and the cold snap. But
Drow forced to go for a BKB. Did you notice that? I just saw it.
I saw it a little while ago. Their main concern is like the magical damage coming out from Brax. Arc Warden is always going to be kept at bay. A lot of his damage is magical as well. I mean, there's the proc from the Enchanted Quiver. There's the procs from the Mjolnir. He's going to be throwing out the Spark Wraiths and the Fluxes onto you. His physical damage actually isn't that insane. You can trade pretty well with that one.
There's smoke up top. Gunner's going to try and clear the wave, but they are waiting for someone to show up here. Drow Ranger, Whisper, Force Staff's in. This is not exactly where you want to be, but he's going to go and get the lasso onto the Ricky. They get the charge onto Tomato. The Nether Strike is there as well. Hookshot doing some work, but Schofield is just getting destroyed by this Arc Ward. He's trying to target down Tomato on the Drow Ranger, though, and Schofield looks like he's going to survive, potentially. Sammy Boy's Arc Warden clone not doing some work. They managed to take down Gunner and Viper. He's fallen low, but is just a 5 position. Leshrac in some serious troubles. He's just going to get blown apart by Tomato. A 2-for-1 so far. Make it a 3 as the Sunstrike's going to take down another, and a Yules will find Ocean. Oh my goodness. They cannot connect on these heroes for Zoomers.
No, just, you know, trying to do the thing we're talking about with a gap of distance and get on top of Drow, but they have a lot of tools that are stopping them from doing so. Clockwork is excellent at it. Invoker is pretty good. You might just need BKBs and all your heroes in order to get on top of the Drow Ranger at this rate. And that is, we saw 10,000 XP swing in the favor of 4 Zoomers in the previous fight. This time, shoes on the other foot. 8,000 going the way of Beast Coast. And 3,000 gold. This game just swinging back and forth.
Yeah, it's just team that's getting the better initiation, it seems. And this time, you know, they get the lasso onto the Ricky, and removing him from the fight is a huge deal. And Brax couldn't gap close. I mean, they had a great Force Staff on the Drow Ranger. She got the early BKB, sends herself down to the low ground, and there's no way for anyone to get on top of her.
And this match is, it may be group stage, but this one is so incredibly important to both these two teams. Whoever wins this, it's going to decide who the first seed in the group stage is, and they're going to pick their opponents between, I think, 3rd and 4th place. So you have an awesome start to the groups. Whoever wins this, it's basically a playoff match.
Yeah. I didn't realize we have the Aghanim Scepter now completed on the Clockwork after the fight, and he also picks up a Craggy Coat, which is potentially the reason why he survived in that last engagement. Oh, you know, he ended up dying. He burned down to the Ignite from Husky, but he almost survived.
Clockwork is potentially about to die here.
Oh, is he? The charge coming in. There's no way you complete this, right? They're going to go. Oh my god, they are going to go. Oh, the first hit bash, the Force Staff out. Okay, you're going to lose your Spirit Breaker for this, almost guaranteed. Tomato, multi-shot. Yeah, he's got him. They're going to continue chasing. Do they have a sentry? They do. They're going to find Invoker. Sir, that is not where you want to go. The BKB comes out, but the damage just way too much. And now Tomato, he is just surrounded, forced to run. But this is just a disaster. 4 Zoomers just surround everyone on Beast Coast. They were not expecting the TPs in from Sammy Boy. And that newly finished MKB. Like, he just got an MKB out of nowhere.
Sammy Boy, I think, has been confusing in this game. He's been playing passive at times. Other times he TPs right in and gets aggressive. And given the fact that his Aegis was down, they really weren't expecting him there. The Invoker and the Drow Ranger, both with their BKBs, I mean, they're heavily reducing the damage that Arc Warden does with the Enchanted Quiver and BKB of himself. But Ricky, it's all physical coming out from him. So there's so many things you have to focus on. And I think that's what blew up the Invoker in that last team fight. It was just Ricky getting on top of him with that Basher and bringing him down in no time at all. Not having much armor at this point either.
Yeah, and then once Samuel came in, he just tunneled him. There was just no way. The Rickamaru, or Ricky, sorry, has been doing a fantastic job at like targeting, but if he gets initiated on and gets lassoed, he just dies so fast. You know, he's all base armor, no survivability outside of that, and the Drow can just melt him. So he is just itemizing for some health right now. The Eye of Scotty will do wonders for him in this game. You know, 3 or 4 range heroes, 3 of which are cores. One of the best items you could probably pick up in this matchup.
Yeah. So the Drow Ranger suddenly is going to struggle to get away once the Ricky gets on top of you with the Eye of Scotty. Right now, the BKB is doing wonders for her. She kind of pops it in order to disengage and not to take the fight at the moment. So heavily punishing that one. Sammy Boy just reconnecting now, it looks like. So game has gone on a lot longer than I think either team thought it would. Beast Coast definitely wanted to end this much earlier against the Arc Warden.
I love looking at the graphs. It's just hilarious. It's a roller coaster, man.
As it usually is in these America's Dota 2 matches. Yeah, Sammy Boy is now back. A lot of pressure on him this game. I mean, he carries the majority of the net worth on his team. If he goes down in this fight, you know, they could just end up losing. He hasn't had buyback for a pretty long time either. He may save for it now, though.
I doubt it. He's pretty confident in his play here. He's level 25, so he has the lifesteal talent, and he went that as opposed to the Wraith, Spark Wraith damage, which I think in this game is probably the right choice because he knows at some point he's going to have to just duel this Drow Ranger. And if you don't have the lifesteal, you do not win. Because at some point, she's going to be able to just do enough damage with the marksmanship, and she's even queuing up a Divine Rapier for that True Strike. Top lane, Invoker just... all of his spells pretty much forced. They do get the BKB out of the Arc Warden clone. Yeah, this is Drow Ranger. She's pretty strong right now.
The Divine Rapier does not come as a surprise to me. To be honest with you, I mean, I figured this would come eventually. I thought about, hey, why isn't he building an MKB against his Arc Warden? But
this is spooky. This is the place they want to go. Stinger in the mid lane, just gonna get melted by Sammy and his clone on the backside. They find Whisper. If they can stun him down, they do. He gets the bash. One more auto attack from Gunner is all that he needs, but the tornado, and he gets the blink out. He's going to be fine. Well played there from Whisper. They're trying to just get these pickoffs and secure, you know, this Roshan side of the map. The tier 2 would be Essential Ocean. He's going to find, he does see the clockwork, and a Yule setup will make easy work of him. Another strike is available. Will commit it, canceling that hook shot away. Really sick play there from Ocean, and they'll be able to trap that clockwork in place. Gunner gonna finish off that kill, and now that much closer to his Eye of Scotty. What did Arc Warden? Okay, he just bought out a Moon Shard. He just wants to attack faster, I guess. Oh, and he got an Illusionist cape. Okay.
Yeah, tier 4 items are now up, and you find a Timeless Relic on Brax. Everything you need to close out this game on Beast Coast. Thank you very much. Roshan respawning, but no courier flying over the Roche pit. Right? They're moving it. They're doing it.
They're moving it now, yeah. I mean, they just got the tier 2 tower, so they should know. Yeah, they're going to ping it out soon. An Illusion Rune spawns as well. Okay. This is a good time here for Sammy Boy. I guess he's going to bottle it on Ricky. I mean, a second Manta in a fight could be pretty big.
Yeah. I'm not sure if they caught out the Roshan with the Sunstrike. I don't think they had vision of the actual Roche there. Just threw it out a little bit off the mark.
A little bit of a fake back. Multi-shot? Yeah, they know. They know they have to be up here somewhere. Stinger drops a sentry trying to get some vision, but Sunstrike on the high ground, so they know that there is a ward. They're going to be able to get those dewarded pretty much immediately. Sammy Boy just goes in, throwing that nullifier, trying to get on top of this Viper. A lot of damage coming out from his clones. But they're going to back onto the Roshan, see if they can snipe it as fast as possible. And they do a ton of damage. The player coming in, doing what they can. Can they finish it in time? It seems like it's going to work. The zoning coming in. Husky just about to throw his body at the enemies, you know, sacrificing himself for the greater good beyond godlike spree, but they don't actually finish the Roche. Okay, this is a disaster, potentially. Sammy's going to send in his clone once again, trying to get onto KXY, but he's able to get the BKB off Clockwork. In some trouble, stunned up by Gunner, but Tomato just standing his ground. The BKB committed, has the alacrity. They got to get this Roche. They're going to go right into the pit. The lasso comes out. They will be able to find the real Arc Warden, but Schofield falling low. The hook shot comes in. They get the Aegis. They get the cheese. They get the refresher. They get the Arc Warden, and now Gunner, he's by himself. He's all the damage. Brax, he had to leave. Can Gunner finish off Whisper here? But he walks into a sentry, and Tomato's got the Divine Rapier finish. Oh my god, the buy.
There's more than one hunter in these.
He bought it just before that fight, and I'm not sure how they stay in this one now. Sammy Boy, he didn't save for buyback, just like you said. They managed to sneak into that Roche and catch him with that lasso. This is the one thing I didn't think would happen. That is I'm not sure how they hold. Got to buy back now on everybody you can. The only person you have in so is Gunner.
And you just got a DD rune on your Drow, so you do 1,200 damage an auto attack on the Drow Ranger right now.
I'm not sure that they realize that none of these heroes have buyback yet. They do now. They hesitate as they approach this tower.
Ricky will buy back. Brax is going to try and cut the next wave. I mean, this is looking really rough. I mean, if Brax cuts the wave and they're able to kill the mid lane wave here, they might be able to hold off this push. They do have the fortification. Radiant does have theirs. They have to commit it. They cannot let this creep wave die. Brax got it. Oh my gosh, the push is over.
The hook shot was off the mark as well. And that's it. They get to stay in this game after that dire mistake they just made. That could have cost them everything. And now tier 4 is starting to be farmed up on Beast Coast. They get Timeless Relic, Spell Prism, absolutely beautiful. Just like that, the shoes on the other foot, and now your backs are against the wall here on 4 Zoomers.
And they smoke up themselves. They need to try and get this Drow Ranger's Divine Rapier, but you've got an Aegis and all of this backup from the allies. It seems kind of difficult. You now have Refresher Shard Invoker, who has a Spell Prism.
They see him. Gunner? That was
afraid to just walk up into the high ground there. It'd be so difficult.
Yeah, I guess your buyback is on cooldown, Ricky. You can't afford to lose him right now. He was forced to buy back for that defense to make it so they wouldn't go all in. You were slightly worried about Drow Ranger just blowing up your tier 3s, 4s, and Ancients with the amount of damage that he had. This guy is terrifying. They haven't managed to find a kill on him the last, 35 minutes. Tomato playing out of his mind. Crazy good positioning by him in this game.
I mean, he's just played so good in the last several days. I mean, he's been standing in for Beast Coast, and they are crushing it.
Mm-hmm.
This Divine Rapier was just such a good pickup. We talked about needing the True Strike to deal with the Arc Ward, and yes, Marksmanship gives you True Strike, but it's a 52% chance. You know, it's more than 52% now.
100.
100, baby. There you go. That's a big number. Yeah.
Oh, he spends his buyback gold on Tomato. They're going to go all in for this one.
I feel like they have to. He's trying to scout out on the Ricky. Oh, the hook shot. A nice bait there. Okay, one hook shot down. Schofield does have the Ags. They're looking for the Arc Ward and clone in the mid lane. Stinger. He's got to be careful.
Now the hero's just standing up here on the high ground. Sammy Boy, he does not want to get kidnapped like that again. These heroes on 4 Zoomers, I feel like they all needed BKBs, but now they're not going to be able to leave the base to find that kind of farm. Invoker and then Clockwork is just going to do such a good job of keeping them off Drow Ranger as they have all game.
Minotaur Horn pickup there is a very nice drop because you can put that on, one of your cores. and they don't have to worry about that the pesky nullifier. Tower just getting shredded by this Drow. I mean, they're doing what they can, but you know, she's gonna get the tower anyway. Bottom lane, Samboy working on his own tier 3. They do force the fortification, but the melee barracks, all right, it's protected because of, you know, classic old magnetic field. It only lasts so long though. He's gonna have to do it again here. The mischance also coming. Oh my gosh, the Drow Ranger. There's no way. They have no idea how to take this fight. They're just trying to stall, but it's not mattering. Like, Drow will just stand her ground. Tier 4 is under siege. I mean, what do you do here? Neph, 4 Zoomers. They're just unable to deal with this Drow Ranger.
You continue to stall. You just stall until that Aegis is going to expire on the Drow. You can't take her down twice. You need to commit pretty heavily on her to get her.
13 seconds.
They're going to start. She has a Satanic, though.
Yeah.
And she blows up your illusion in a fraction of a second. She'll do the exact same thing to your hero.
Aegis about to expire.
There
it will go. Now it's the back time for Beast Coast. They immediately swap in the BKB, but it's not in time quite yet. Ocean not caught by that tornado, but a hook shot on in. Clockwork may be a little bit too far. Gunner on the backside trying to pull their attention, but Husky just getting destroyed by Tomato. The multi-shot's gonna be able to finish him off. Sunstrike, oh my god, dieback on Gunner. Triple shotted by this Drow Ranger. A huge AoE deafening blast coming in from KXY. Pops that refresher. They're looking for Leshrac. Where is Sammy Boy? He's got to start turning this fight around, but Tomato, he's just too damn strong. You can't kill this Drow Ranger. She doesn't have a BKB left, but the Satanic is out. The hookshot onto Sammy Boy. They're going to get him. Force the buyback. Leshrac, he's back in the game. You cannot get this Drow. She's just standing the ground. She's got so much support. KXY also just sitting super fine, and the base will start to fall. A great magnetic field, though. Trying to keep them in the game. A nice Arc Warden clone in 2. Can he keep the base surviving? And a good Tornado. It doesn't seem like it. They're just going to go on to the real Sammy Boy Tomato. He doesn't seem to care. Chasing after him into the base. Oh my god, the damage. Beast Coast take the 2-0.
Against all odds, they managed to close that one out, and we doubted it. We saw this lineup. We thought there was no way Beast Coast would be able to win. Absolutely insane performance out of them. Tomato, immortal here on this Drow Ranger, and the team doing such a good job at keeping them off her. The Arc Ward, it just ended up not mattering in the end. You saw how many magnetic fields he threw off onto that Ancient there, but he couldn't fight into them for even a fraction of a second. Drow just standing the ground with that Paladin Sword and Satanic. You could do no damage to him at the end. Let's pull open the scoreboard. I want to see these. I want to see the hero damage. I want to see these graphs. Tomato with 84,000 hero damage that game.
18,000 building damage as well. I mean, he just did everything. He was all of the damage for his team. You know, we were worried that the Drow Ranger is the only source of damage for Beast Coast as this game goes on, and it didn't seem to matter. He 3-shotted a Ricky.
Yeah, all this comes down to just the amazing job that Schofield and KXY did of keeping them off the Drow Ranger in these fights, playing so far forward. You know, he ended up having an awful score at the end, 1-19, but this game largely off the back of Invoker and Clockwork, allowing Tomato to have this kind of game.
Yeah, amazing play here. I mean, Zoomers once again had a fantastic start. This game was back and forth all the way up until 40 minutes, and then it just seemed to be one bad fight into the Roshan, and then that was it. Beast Coast gained so much momentum after that. The Drow Ranger Divine Rapier was just the nail in the coffin, it seemed like. Incredible performance from Beast Coast 2 games in a row, and I believe that secures them first place in the group stages, just above Sad Boys, and I think Zoomers are going to fall to 3rd. So a huge setback for 4 Zoomers who started out this tournament incredibly well. They take their first 0-2 of the entire tournament as their very last game.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Luck and K1 Hector, you know, taking some time off right now. They got to be sweating after seeing the performance out of KXY and Tomato that game.
Yeah, incredible, man.
Absolutely insane, playing so well as stand-ins.
All right, well, we got one series left, the last one of the day. All right, and that, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be Arkosh Gaming versus 5-man Midas, the open qualifier team versus Arkosh, who has struggled to say the least, in this tournament. Let's be real. I would really like to see this open qualifier team just put Arkosh to the just grind them into a pace. It'd be so fun to see. That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, all I'm going to leave it on before we start this next game, Ricky, is one of these teams beat No Pangolier to get here. The other didn't. See you guys soon.
See y'all soon on that one. Fantastic.